Hello everyone, in this video I'll be translating and summarizing the latest Urdu broadcast by Shahbaz Gill to make it accessible for our English-speaking audience. Let's go through the key developments and insights in Shahbaz Gill's words. In today's most important news, first of all, the one who was desperate for an apology and has now become our Field Marshal has fled. You know he even got not one but two columns written by Sohail Warich pleading, "Dear prisoner, please, for God's sake, in the national interest, apologize to the Field Marshal." From that you could clearly see how restless, how impatient, how desperate the Field Marshal was for Imran Khan to apologize to him. But before Imran Khan could even hold the apology in his hand, the Field Marshal fled. You may be wondering what happened? Well, the hearing of Toshakhana 2 case was supposed to take place yesterday inside the jail. For the first time, Imran Khan was going to speak directly to the media. After those columns expressing the desire for forgiveness, obviously the news must have reached him somehow, and he was expected to come holding a hot, sizzling apology, ready to hand it over to the Field Marshal. But the Field Marshal also knew what kind of apology might be coming from inside, and he couldn't bear the thought of it, because the truth is, a prisoner sitting inside jail is braver, more courageous and freer than him. So once again, the hearing of the Toshakhana 2 case inside jail had to be postponed, just to avoid the risk that Imran Khan might actually come and deliver such an apology that the Field Marshal would be left speechless, unable to face anyone again. The one who was restless for an apology, begging for it, today has chosen to run away by postponing the hearing. And you already know, the public knows, even the Field Marshal himself knows that Imran Khan is not going to apologize to him. Still, he expressed such wishes only to improve his public image. He already knows what. If Imran Khan had actually done something wrong, then maybe he would have considered apologizing. But tell me, you yourself carried out May 9th, you yourself stole the mandate, you yourself occupied courts, you yourself broke the Constitution, you yourself on November 26th created conditions where people were killed. So why should Imran Khan apologize? Obviously, if you want the sun to rise from the west, that's up to you. Now you're sitting ready, but you had to postpone the Toshakhana 2 hearing. Fine, try holding it again. Then we'll see what kind of apology he offers. So, another piece of news that emerges is about Rana Sanaullah now becoming a senator. Ijaz Chaudhry, who was wrongly sentenced by the Anti-Terrorism Court, was swiftly disqualified and his seat declared vacant by the Election Commission, which was, just sitting there ready to act. Now, PMLN has decided to make Rana Sanaullah a senator on that seat. So tell me, who's left? All those who made tall claims of being democratic, their true faces and political worth are being exposed. Rana Sanaullah, too, suffers from the fever of politics. People consider him a man of principles, a principled politician. But think about this. If he was meant to be a senator, why wasn't he given a ticket in the recent elections? Then at least he would have become a senator with some dignity. But the problem is, the seat they are giving him now is a fake one, made vacant unjustly. The same stain that Field Marshal Asim Munir smeared on Nawaz Sharif. Now both Maryam Nawaz and Nawaz Sharif are rubbing onto Rana Sanaullah. If he really was supposed to be a senator, they should have given him a ticket in the election. Yes, he would have politically died then, but at least he would have entered the Senate honourably. But what happened? At the very least, when Sajid Mir's seat became vacant, they could have given that to Rana Sanaullah. Instead, they're making him senator through a fraudulent seat, emptying it through lies and deceit. So his narrative, that he's democratic, stands with democracy and the rule of law, is exposed as fake. Everyone already knows what happened on 25 May 2022 under his watch, when he called himself a doctor, and Maryam Nawaz praised him on stage, saying, "See how he has given medicine, everything is fine now." Meanwhile, our worker Faisal was martyred, our people's sanctity of home was violated, all under Rana Sanaullah's watch. We already know nothing in this country is pure, not even spices, not even formulas, and even our generals aren't pure. Generals come, and the first thing they do is break the Constitution, despite swearing oaths to God to uphold it, despite clear instructions from Quaid-e-Azam not to meddle in politics. But they break their oaths, commit treason, enter politics, occupy politics, and then, even after doing that, they want to become politicians. Then they carry along people like Mohsin Naqvi as their political baggage, create parties and play all sorts of crooked games. In the end, they're neither real generals nor real politicians. On the other hand, our politicians like Nawaz Sharif, Maryam Nawaz, Zardari want to become generals, want to be dictators. And our generals want to become politicians. Not only that, even our journalists are the same. Those who spent their whole lives branding themselves as lovers of democracy. Today they have blackened their faces by siding with dictatorship. Even Pakistan's liberals are not genuine. A true liberal everywhere in the world, whether socially, politically or economically, is one who stands with the weak against the oppressor. But here, our so-called liberals are touts of the generals. As for journalists, everywhere in the world journalism has different beats. Some cover sports, they live like sportsmen, wear sporty clothes, talk with the same energy. Some cover fashion. They too carry a certain style, looseness, flamboyance. Some even cover pornography industries in the West. Paparazzi exist, tabloid journalists exist, spreading gossip, scandals, affairs. But Pakistan is a strange melting pot. Take Sohail Warich, for example. He claims he was very close to Nawabzada Nasrullah Khan, a towering figure of Pakistani politics and opposition movements. He portrays himself as a serious political commentator, a thinker, one who gives advice on the country's direction, even to dictators and former prime ministers. One day he writes columns as Nawaz Sharif's mother, another as his father, another as Imran Khan's late mother, another as Field Marshal Asim Munir. Sometimes liberal, sometimes democratic, sometimes almost cleric-like when writing about Imran Khan, quoting Quranic verses and issuing stern warnings. Yet his real claim to fame has been interviews with stage dancers and actresses, asking them sleazy questions about bathrooms, anklets, tattoos. For instance, one actress, Sabah Kamar, famously told him, "You ask such cheap questions that they give actresses stomach aches, and that's why they need big bathrooms." He's gone into their swimming pools, into their bathrooms, asking, "Is that tattoo real or fake? Didn't it hurt? Why such a big bathroom? Whose pool do you swim in?" So, on one side, high-level political intellectualism. On the other side, cheap, tawdry journalism with dancers and actresses. And this, bizarrely, is what passes for serious journalism in Pakistan. On one hand, there is this passion that everything must be asked from them and asked at their level. Which, of course, means that you can only go to their level if you actually have interest in those things. I am not calling their level bad. No, they are also human beings, and in fact, to me, those women are even more respectable. They earn their living through hard work. At least they don't steal from someone else's pocket. I'm not speaking ill of them. What I'm saying is, Sohail Warich fully understands their craft, their style, their level. He has done deep research, asks all his questions at their level, and enjoys himself in that entire environment. And then on the other hand, he also does statecraft. On one side, he writes such pieces. On the other side, he writes about national politics. Now, anywhere else in the world, no reputable newspaper would give someone a place in both of these domains. Either he would stick to this work or to that. But as I've told you before, neither do we get a judge who is pure, nor a general who is pure, nor a journalist who is pure. Nothing we get is pure. Everyone here is feverish for some other job instead of the one that is actually theirs. Take Rana Sanaullah, for example. He used to present himself as a Democrat, and now he's going to smear political blackness on himself with the step he is about to take. Now, speaking of establishment touts, they have been unleashed on Maryam Nawaz. We've been telling you this for many days, and now it has become very obvious. These are the same establishment touts who were in Belgium, in America. Wherever the Field Marshal went, they also turned up. Mr. Tara, you know, was even paraded in Pakistan as a fake Trump cabinet member. Remember that? On television, it used to be written under his name that he was a member of Trump's cabinet. Of course, he never was. It was all fake, manufactured in Pakistan. Unfortunately, he never clarified it either. He sat on TV screens with that label under his name, and if it were wrong, he should have demanded its removal, issued a correction, tweeted a clarification, "I am not Trump's cabinet member, this is a false title." But he didn't. Why? Because he was happy fooling people. And now he has openly tweeted corruption allegations against Maryam Nawaz. He claims she took an entire village with her, that she is acting like royalty, that such royal protocols are unacceptable, that she took too many people along. Now think carefully. I told you earlier, they are digging up corruption cases against her. I said this in my previous vlog as well. Now the establishment has released their touts against her. In the coming days, you will see more campaigns against Maryam Nawaz and others. This shows you that the matter is heating up, and it will get even hotter in the coming days. Now let's move forward. Maryam Nawaz has reached Japan in a very large aircraft. I'd earlier told you there were 40 members in her entourage. I think I'll have to retract that. My sources told me 40, but it seems the number was wrong. It looks more like 70 to 80 people flew on that aircraft. A full-size large aircraft provided by the Pakistan Air Force is what she used to get there. And not only that, she even took her glass with her. Yes, her glass went with her. She has now reached the Yokohama warehouse. But really, what business does the chief minister of a province have in a warehouse in Yokohama? Are you opening a warehouse? Starting a business? No, it's just for show, pure drama. There, some low-level Japanese official, maybe from a mayor's office, came to receive her. But it was spun as high authorities received Maryam Nawaz. This is the drama they staged there. Meanwhile, behind her back, the field marshal has started his own drama. She calls him brother, but he refuses to act like one. He has launched campaign after campaign against her. Corruption accusations, and more are coming. Next news is about the field marshal himself. While Maryam Nawaz is in Japan holding her glass, he is holding pliers. And with those pliers, he is pulling apart everything. 50% of cotton factories in Pakistan have shut down. Yes, half of them. Why? Because there is no cotton being produced in Pakistan. If there is no cotton, then factories cannot process it. So, what is Pakistan doing now? First, Pakistan consumes cotton in textiles. As textile exports fall, our major export sector is shrinking. Lower textile exports mean Pakistan's main source of foreign income is shrinking. On top of that, imported cotton will now have to come in. That means foreign exchange will go out, and the loss will increase further. All of this is the doing of Chaudhry Sahib. He had taken agriculture, green initiatives into his own hands. Now you'll see what a mess he has created. On the other side, in the next 3 to 4 weeks, there may be more cloudbursts. This is what Lieutenant General Inam Haider, chairman of the National Disaster Management Authority, has said. According to him, northern Punjab, Azad Kashmir, Gilgit-Baltistan could see more cloudbursts in the coming weeks. Speaking to Geo News, he said the monsoon over the next 3 weeks could intensify. What happened in Gilgit-Baltistan 2 weeks ago is now being followed up in KP, he said. So, in other words, he's saying, don't rely on us, don't expect us to handle it. Now, I don't quite understand. Is this Lieutenant General Inam Haider serving, or is he retired? You know, generals these days are making all sorts of divine claims. So fine, he's made his too. But the strange thing is, he is DG NDMA, head of the National Disaster Management Authority. Yet he has also assumed the role of meteorologist. Is it the NDMA's job to forecast cloudbursts? That is the job of the meteorological department. Yes, NDMA should know cloudbursts are coming, that's true. But their real job is, when cloudbursts happen, what are they going to do about it? That's their role. That wraps up our translation of Shahbaz Gill's video. I hope this English version helped you understand his message better. Please like, share and subscribe to Awami Lens to help our community grow. Don't forget to leave a comment below and let me know what you thought of this effort.